Rock on. You never know what kind of characters are going to turn up for a rivalry game. It makes things a little more interesting sometimes. Number 1 Gillette at number 3 Sheridan. First quarter. Gillette wearing the purple and on the run. Seth Moorkirky is already at the other end of the floor, and now the ball is as well, and that ended up being the first score of the game. The Camels were mixing it up both in terms of players and shot selection. Here's Cody Kelly, last year's Gatorade Player of the Year, and there's 3 reasons why he won it. The score jumps up to 5-1. The visitors were pouncing on the rivals early, and the speed was too much to deal with at times. Tanner Rogan finishes a fast break for his squad to make this a 9-2 contest. Sheridan would eventually slow things down some and get it in gear. Nice moves by Dylan Daniels, and he'll get a running floater to drop, and that has his team down 9-4. Then their main scoring threat would get going as well. Reed Ritterbush takes a bump and keeps right on going to make this a 1-point contest. Now it's 9-8. Gillette would regroup. Kelly has moves to go along with his shooting, and he showed them on this play. That would open up some space. The score is 11-8. The Bronx did not stay down long. Cody Williams is in the corner, saddling up and getting ready to ride. That 3-ball would even up this game at 11 points apiece. And they could do that fast break thing as well. Williams will score 2 more of his 10 points on this play, as the home team would eventually take a 15-11 lead. But once in a while, carelessness reared its ugly head. Take this for example. Garrett Shemp was in the right place at the right time for the steal and 2 to put the Camels down by a bucket. It's 15-13. There was still Kelly to deal with on the court, and the opposing D had problems dealing with his moves. This score would knot the game up again at 15 all, and there was plenty more basketball to be played. As long as the senior is on the floor, Gillette is a very serious threat. He will not be denied on this play. The drive, the shot, the bucket, and 1. So far, so good. That made this a 20-15 game after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, Sheridan needed a big score if they wanted to hang around and make a game out of this one. Ritterbush will answer the call with this 3 from the corner. They needed that one. Now it's 20-18. Right now, the Bronx were playing the way that the opposition was earlier. The fast breaks were working, and Williams contributes another 2 as the lead would change hands. His team is ahead 22-21. Things were going back and forth for a while, and that is what makes for a good rivalry game. Ritterbush led all scores with 24 points, and that off-balance 2 would move the home team into the lead again. Now it's 26-25. Meanwhile, the visitors would get some new players in on the scoring. Here's Bryce Lyman. He's going to count to 3, and then he's going to move the ball through the hoop. 15 points for the senior, 28-26 is our score. Sheridan was having some success scoring inside, but once in a while they could go long range themselves. Blake Godwin will set up shop, and he's open for business until 3. Things are tight again. It's a 29-29 game. The Bronx were showing more hustle at this point in the contest, and that had its rewards. Ritterbush takes the long pass and scores on a short lay-in to give his squad a 31-29 advantage. The momentum was definitely in favor of the home team. Godwin maintains his course, kicks in the turbo and scores, as Sheridan was pulling off a small surprise, leading 36-32 going into the locker room. Third quarter, Gillette came back. Rogan will grab the offensive rebound and stick the ball back in the hoop for 2 more. The score is even as each team now has 36 points. Later, the home team would undo the tie with teamwork and good passing. Tyler Kaufman scores off of the assist from Judson White. It got the job done. The score is 40-38. But Kelly does not like to lose, and he was taking matters into his own hands on this play. 21 points for the senior, and we now have ourselves a 42-42 game. The Camels had more than him, though. They had guys like Shemp, baseline drive, hoop, and the foul. He contributed with a dozen to move his boys into the lead, 45-42. This was not a bad time to make a move. Kelly with a great assist to Lyman, and the 2 seniors were on the same page. It's a 5-point lead with the scoreboard reading 49-44. But a game of runs usually has its counter runs. Ethan Hoops grabs the miss and hits 2 points. Sheridan would eventually tie the game again at 49 points apiece. It did not stay that way for long. Lyman takes aim, fires, and gets a 3-point swirly. They need to sell those at concession stands. 52-49, the visitors are back ahead. On the other side, Ritterbush was keeping his team in this game. This is a tough shot, but you have to do that sometimes. and the Bronx were only down 54-51 going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, we have not seen much defense, but then White decided to step his game up. That ball's going nowhere. It's about time somebody did something, and we need some more. Ask and ye shall receive. Shem thinks he has access to the hoop, but White will close the door on that try. The problem was, though, the offense from his teammates was not producing field goals in what was becoming the critical moments of the game. However, what the Camels could not do inside, they would try from outside. Lyman has the form, and he has the three. That was a big one. The score moves up to 61-57. Eventually, they got the defense to loosen up, and the visitors took advantage. Moore-Kirky gets in for another 2 of his dozen. 63-59 is the score, and there's still some time. Sheridan was staying within striking distance with free throws, but that only gets you so far. Kelly will show them how it's done. He made his buckets as Gillette would pull away in the end on the road, 72-62.